Okay, Bez Hashem is going to be a bris over here very shortly. So the next Simcha Bez Hashem of this day is going to be Opshernish. The shaila of the Opshernish, if you could do it in a Shull. A lot of the Opshernish is taking place in Shull, and it looks like maybe it may be problematic. So I'll tell you where we start before this, way before the Opshernish. If there is the in of Kisui Harosh to wear a yarmulke or cover on the head, if it's mitzad halacha, mitzad chasidus, what's the halachas of that? So it's starting from Simon base in Tur Shulchan Aruch. It says like this: it says you should cover your head. Ravuna would not go 4 amas without gilui harosh. Omar shchina l'mayla miroshi. Shchina on top of my head. How could I walk 4 amas without? So l'choira mashma over here. If you're sitting in one place, you could be without yarmulke, because Ravuna spoke about walking 4 amas without gilui harosh. Now, that's in Simon base. In Simon Ches, it says, it says over there, tell you how to do the atifas atalis. It says, you have to cover your head. You should not, don't leave your head uncovered. So there's 2 pirushim we have to learn this pshat in the Tur. The Beis Yosef learns the pshat. I'm going to read from the Darche Moshe. He brings the Beis Yosef. So like this: because of Beis Yosef, the lav lememro shemachas rosh kedei shelo yeh begilui harosh legamre. It's not talking about cover the head with your talis. You should not walk without kisui rosh, without some covering on the head. He says, if you have to go cover your head all the time, so how did you walk to the bathroom? How did you do whatever you have to do without kisui rosh? And the Beis Yosef on Pshat, why the Tur saying with the talis? Then the Beis Yosef doesn't talk about gilui harosh, kisui harosh. Even your head is covered. It says derech tznuim la'atil sudar talis al rosham. There's inyan to put besides the yarmulke another cover, which is that will be the talis, the derech tznuim we call it, modest people. Levisha kisui zeh. What's the purpose of that? If it's covered the head, your head is covered already. So why do you have to cover the head with the talis? Lefi says levisha kisui zeh machnia es leva odom u'mavia lidei yiras shomayim. That kisui cost yiras shomayim. Obviously, that alone won't help, because a lot of people with the kisui harosh, they're not yiras shomayim. But together, as the quote the Gemara Shabbos, the Gemara says in Shabbos that Kaldoi, the astrologist, told the mother of Rav Nachman, she was not allowed to go to them, but they told her on their own that you should know the baby you're about to bring to the world. They told them he's going to be a ganav. Could you imagine? It was the good news to the mother to hear that your son going to be a ganav, according to the mazalas, according to the mazal we see. He says what she did about it, she took it seriously. He says Lohava shavakte gilui reshem. She never let him go even as a baby without covering on the head. He says, Omer Alei, and she told him when he grew up, she told her son Rav Nachman, Kaseh Reishech, always cover your head. Ki echet teheve alech emosa d'shmaya, you should have your shemayim. And there's a boy rachame. That's on its own not enough. You have to work on yourself, pray for yourself. So you do all together, the covering and the head, it's help. So Adke the Gemara brings that he never knew Rav Nachman why his mother told him that. She didn't tell him you are born to be a ganav. She didn't tell him that. The Gemara says he never knew, but the mother told him be careful more than any other kids on the street. Cover your head all the time. One time the Gemara says when he was sitting and learning, he says outside it was a wind and it blew away his yarmulke, and he was learning under the date tree, and he had such a big, after he was without the yarmulke, was such a big Yetzer Hara came to him to take from the date tree the fruits. It was a private property from somebody, belonged to somebody that this wasn't he's free to take, but there's such Yetzer Hara, he took it. See, then he figured out, but Teva Be'emet, he has a Teva of a Ganav, but through a big tefillah and Kisui Harosh, it was helping him to rise above this muscle. That's what Gemara talks about, that he can rise above the muscle. Anyway, upon we see from that Gemara that Kisui Harosh, with that tefillah together, brings to Yiras Shemayim. That's why he says that by the talis, the way the Beis Yosef learns the pshat, cover the head, meaning even you have a yarmulke, cover the head, the more you have that cover, the more it's called Yiras Shemayim. However, the Darche Moshe the Ramo, he doesn't agree with this pshat. He says like this: "We call mokem yireli." That's the lashon of Darche Moshe. Meaning, in case you have no yarmulke, cover the head with the talis, kepshuta. Nothing to do with the second covering, the rechtznuim for your shemaim. No, kibeli tzitzis and isu dalach begilu harosh rak midas chasidus. Mitzad ikar adin, according to the Ramah, you could go without cover at the head, on the head. At midas chasidus, but you put the talis, make sure you cover the head. You're doing a mitzvah now. Make sure you have over there. Yeah, and he says like this. Now, the embassy is what the Ramah is saying over here. In the Archa Moshe, the B'Sheshet himself said the same thing. They don't disagree with each other. They disagree on the pshat of the Tur, but in Tzadik Aleph, it says over there another time in the Gabi Hilchas Tefillah, Yichase Roishoy, because of Rambam lo yamod b'tefillah b'afundose v'lo b'roish megule. So it says by davening you have to cover your head. So brings the B'Sheshet over there. From the name of the Marami Rotenberg. There's not issue to go without the yarmulke. That's in Masechet Shabbos, the one I just read it. He says whenever it says Teiseli, it means Chasidus. I mean, I have a credit for that. It means it would be a halacha, a chiyuv. What's you get a credit for that? So everybody must him that mitzad ikar adin originally there was no issue to go begilui harosh. Midas Chasidus. However, the Rabbeinu Yerucham says you're not allowed to say any bracha without gilui harosh. And also. Al Kenya, that's the end of the Bes Yosef. Shugma machlokes and mutal levar begilui harosh or osur. It's even machlokes. Some saying you're allowed to even say bracha without the yarmulke. He says v'keman the Rabbeinu Yerucham posak keman damar osur hachin ekdel l'maisa. So bracha would not say without the yarmulke. Oh, now what about legabe the shul? Are you allowed to walk to a shul? That's where we're going now to the Opshernish. Are you allowed to walk to a shul without the yarmulke? Bechal minhag Israel already. We're putting yarmulke with the midas chasidus. Minhag we go with the yarmulke. It's also symbolically we show we have an authority above us. We don't do whatever we want. There is halacha, the Shulchan Aruch. We have something above our chokhmah bin v'das, above our understanding. Lamaisa, are you allowed to walk to a shul without the yarmulke? Mitzad ikar adin. So he brings like this in Tzadik Aleph. The Vesayos over this. Yesh omrim she'osur lo yitzi askara mepiv b'rosh megula. That's Rabbeinu Yerucham. Then v'yesh omrim. That's Rabbeinu Peretz. She'esh limchus v'lo likanas b'vesach knesses begilui harosh. Not only it's also yesh limchus. Somebody walks into the shul without yarmulke, you have to rebuke him. Tell him he cannot. It's not derech eretz to the shul. Oh, now walking in or staying. Yeah, walking into the shul and staying in the shul. Without it's the steichemet is ma'arich in this inyan where they're walking in only, but then you could stay in that way without it. L'maisa from the mechaber v'pashas mashal, you cannot walk to a shul without gilui harosh. And memela, it's and the same thing. You cannot say a bracha. So l'maisa, how people do Opshernish in the shul? It's a gilui harosh, not only gilui harosh.
What's gilui harosh? Who?
For the baby? Yeah.
What?
Okay, anyway, that's one. The second thing is more than that. It's not only gilui harosh. That's one problem. Gilui harosh. That, by the way, now we have a bris. Normally erva you cannot say bracha against erva, but the bris we could say it because the little baby is not even considered erva yet. You can say here also. He walks till 3 years old to shul all the time without the yarmulke. It's not a problem yet. The gilui harosh is not so a problem.
He still has the hair when he
Very good. That's the
shul he's sitting also. It's not walking.
Right. It's not the gilui harosh is less of a problem. The problem is the haircut, giving a haircut in the shul. Could you give a haircut in the shul? Oh, so there's the Gemara in Nozir, Daf Mem Hey. The Gemara says there's a pasuk in Torah. The Gilach HaNozir Pesach Oil Moed.
Right.
Oil Moed is more than a shul. Shul is Mikdash Ma'at. It's a small base. The real Mikdash, is a Mishkan, the Mikdash, says the Gilach is Roishoy Pesach Oil Moed. He's going to take a haircut, the Nozir, after his Nazirus, the front of Oil Moed. Okay? So what's the shot? By the door in the front, you're allowed. Inside the middle of the shul, you're not allowed to. So the Gemara, all the Emoroim over there bring the Gilach HaNozir Pesach Oil Moed. B'shlomim akosav medaber. It doesn't talk about the giluach. They bring shlomim pesach oil meid. And the Gemara goes many from different psukim. They said the same thing. Why? Oh, and yeah, derech bizoyonu. The Gemara says to take a haircut in the shul is derech bizoyon. So the problem is not. That's one problem, small problem. Gilui harosh. It's a baby. Is not yet. Okay. The biggest problem. How could you give?
Isn't it the mitzvah say?
Oh, so how could you give? The Gemara says it's giluach harosh. The Gemara says it's bizoyin. That's all the Emorim bring different psukim. The pasuk says pesach oil meid goes legabe korban shlomim. It does not go legabe tiglachas of the nazir because that would be derech bizoyin. So now we're going back to the question: how could you give a little baby 3-year-old Opshernish inside the shul? It's not. It's derech bizoyin. Okay. So here is Here is one of the answers that the Dechemet give to this question. V'ula yesh litchok, he says. He says himself, litchok. It's not so glatt, this minhag, to do it inside the shul, Opshernish. He says, v'ula yesh litchok. The kemah the tiglachas mitzvah. What's the mitzvah by the tiglachas? Not the minhag that we wait till 3 years old. Adrab, the mitzvah shemanichim lakot and peah beroishoy, but tiglachas rishoyno. You mekayim the first time now. Mitzat chinuch, he's not mechuyev to payas or zokon. He's a little baby, but mitzat chinuch, you live in payas now. Memele, he said, umishum chivuv mitzvah marbim besimcha betubim b'mechoiles. Sometimes they do it with the Barama Amadras Melech, with the music. He says, that's what he brings more raya to his shita. Maybe that's the reason we martyred it. He says, "Umegalchem alidei sapar Yisrael al b'chol hamoyed." The halacha says we're not knowing like this today. You could do Opshernish even chol hamoyed. We don't take haircut chol hamoyed. This you're allowed to do because it's not the whole Easter of chol hamoyed. Don't leave all your inyanim to chol hamoyed. Do before your haircut, your nails. Over here, you didn't leave it for chol hamoyed. Adrabah, it's an event that you're waiting for. It wasn't like you were negligent. It's a time. It's a good time with Rav Amadras Melech. So since you're allowed to do the chol hamoyed, normally we don't take a haircut chol hamoyed. Same thing, you're allowed to do it in shul because it's var mitzvah. He says. Then he brings another kav schus for it. Now I'll tell you before you even go to the next house, it's a shtickle problem. This shita. According to this, if it's because chibuv mitzvah, tiglachas of nozir, it's also mitzvah. It's chibuv mitzvah. You could argue the nozir is the machlekes in the Gemara if it's a choita, a holy man, so you could say over there it's controversial. What's the whole?
It's part of the mitzvah say.
Very good, very good. So again, so I'm just telling you what he says. You could argue himself says it's doicha. Then he brings another kav schus. It says in Pirkei Avos, Lo Omar Adam Olam Tzarli Amokim B'Yerushalayim. Lo with the Aleph. Never said was crowded. But it says after Churban Abayis says, K'viyam Rishonim Asher Churban Abayis Beis Hamikdash. Lo with the Vov. He says people did say it was crowded. When the kedusha it wasn't the same before, it became crowded. And he said, Lo Yonimtzu Botim Uruvochim. There was not big homes. Lahochil B'Sochem Kal ve'Eda to bring so many people. But the Opshernish. Ugdel asos bepumbi, in order to make this mitzvah of Opshernish to leave the payas. Uberev am shegam ze bechal ribuy simcha etiru dafka tiglachas mitzvah zu. So again, it's b'shas adchak. Better to do it maybe outside of the shul, in the other rooms around the shul. But said that they were martyrs this mitzvah. All I'm saying is, we see from here, it's not as a pashut because by Nozir we should not do Pesach oil moyed. So, but mishum chiluv mitzvah. And Rav Amadras Melech, they were martyrs. However, legabe, there's something, especially today, all over you have barbers that do to the Bachrim or to the community that do barber. If somebody wants to rent a space in the shul to do his business, it says clearly over here, 3 to 9. Definitely not inside the shul, even outside the other rooms of the shul. Only people that sit and learn the whole time. They don't want to go to the barber. They want to do it quickly over here. Otherwise, that's not appropriate to do it. It says even the other side of the shul. He brings over here from a sefer to do tiglachas. The only tiglachas in the shul, the matter b'shas adchak, the tiglachas of Opshernish. Yeah.